What is up, my bearded bros? Bearded Maniac here, and I just want to go over the Week 1 picks. My record for Week 1 was 9-6-1. I went way too heavy on the upsets here, and I should actually, more specifically, not in the right spots. The ones, I will point out the ones I got wrong. Philly holding serve at home. I picked Atlanta to upset. That was my mistake. Matt Ryan played absolute dog shit. Tampa Bay upsetting New Orleans was an amazing game to watch. That was super fun. Good for them. Miami beat Tennessee with a huge delay. Don't know how much that affected it, but good job, Miami. Pittsburgh and Cleveland tied, so I technically got that run wrong, but since they didn't lose, I'm chalking up as 9-6-1. And then other games I got wrong was Dallas against Carolina. Carolina showed up. I thought the Dallas Cowboys O-line could get Ezekiel Elliott going a little bit better than they did, but they surrendered like 6 sacks or something like that. That was absolutely horrible. And Washington, Arizona. I picked Arizona, but sadly, Sam Bradford played like dog shit, and Alex Smith played extremely well in that game. Washington is on the upward path if he can stay that consistent. They looked really good. I picked Chicago for the upset, but Aaron Rodgers came back and beat. But Khalil Mack did show out like I thought he would, so there is a positive note there. New York did successfully upset the Detroit Lions because the Detroit Lions played like absolute dog shit. And the Raiders beat or I should say the Rams beat the Raiders because, again, another team played like absolute dog shit. Now we go into week 2. I'm going to pick the Ravens to beat the Bengals. Honestly, I think the game could go 2 ways. Realistically, it could be kind of a blowout. Cincinnati did start off disappointingly against Indy if you take out that Andrew Luck pick 6, but since he did turn around the second half, don't know what team's going to show up here. If the second half team shows up here, it could be a competitive game. If the first half team shows up for Cincinnati at home, it could go Ravens all the way. I'm not going to predict a blowout here, but if I had to pick a score, I'd pick 31-28, something like that. The Ravens defense is solid, but I do love Joe Mixon for the Bengals. And you have Panthers at the Falcons. This one's interesting here because I believe the Falcons announced that they lost 2 of their defensive players to IR, which is extremely sad because their season looked promising. And you have Julio Jones on offense against the Panthers secondary. So this one's interesting to predict here. I am going to go home. I think Matt Ryan does bounce back, hopefully. If not, if the Falcons go 0-2, that could very well cost them a playoff spot, at least a wild card spot. That could still possibly win the division. Then you have the Colts Redskins. I'm picking the Redskins at home here. No offense to the Colts. Starting 0-2 is not bad. Andrew Luck played phenomenal in the second quarter and beyond in their first game, but I think the Redskins are a more solid team. I like their defensive line especially, and Adrian Peterson played really well. And you have the Texans at the Titans with all the injuries to the Titans. I think Deshaun Watson bounces back and the Texans pull off a win here. Wouldn't really call it an upset, but without Delaney Walker, I'm not sure if they'll have the offensive rhythm to necessarily get it going, but we'll see. Then you have the Eagles at the Buccaneers. Ryan Fitzpatrick played it super well against New Orleans Saints, but I'm picking the Eagles here because even though they have Nick Foles, their defense is seriously threatening, and I think they can shut down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially with Deshaun Jackson's health being in question. And you got Darby on defense that can go against Mike Evans. This should be a good game. Chiefs Steelers. Big Ben struggled. James Conner played well in Le'Veon Bell's absence. But defensively, I gotta go Chiefs. I think if the Steelers' offense is too much of a weak point, I think the Chiefs pull off the win here. Dolphins Jets. I'm gonna go Jets at home. Dolphins played well against the Titans, but the Jets had an amazing game, and I think they keep it going. Chargers, Bills. Gotta go Chargers away. Bills are the worst team in the NFL. No offense. Vikings, Packers. This one's very contingent on if Aaron Rodgers plays. If I think Aaron Rodgers plays, I'd pick the Packers. If I think they sit him out, I pick the Vikings. So I'm going to pick the Vikings. I think part of it's going to be the injury history he had against the Vikings last year. I think they hold him out. But even if he plays, it should still be a close game, and I feel slightly comfortable picking the Vikings in that game. Although if he plays and he's healthy, 100% healthy, I give the Packers probably a 56% chance to win. But I'll still go Vikings anyway. Browns, Saints. Saints should win this one at home. Tyrod Taylor, 25 incompletions last game. Yeah. 49ers, Lions. I'm picking the 49ers at home here. I don't know if the Lions can turn it around. They made way too many mistakes, and I think the 49ers are a more overall solid team. This game could be more of a 55-45 split, depending on which way you lean. Cardinals, Rams. Should be the Rams at home. Patriots, Jaguars. I'll pick that one last. Seahawks, Bears. I'm going to pick the Bears at home. Khalil Mack should cause some havoc. Giants, Cowboys. Picking the Giants away. Raiders, Broncos. Picking the Broncos at home. Von Miller, probably the best offensive player of Week 1. And then you have Patriots, Jaguars. I'm a Patriots fan here, so this one's hard to pick. Yeah, it basically comes down to how healthy is Jalen Ramsey and Leonard Fournette. You need both of those players healthy if you want to beat the Patriots. I know you're at home. I know you're in Jacksonville. And the Patriots do have new offensive weapons. Granted, they aren't great offensive weapons, but still. As tired as it seems, if Leonard Fournette does not suit up, I'm picking the Patriots here. I'm picking the Patriots until at least Leonard Fournette is guaranteed to play, because I don't feel comfortable picking against the Patriots if you don't have your best offensive weapon. Now, if you look at the split here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8 for the home away split. Only major upset I predicted is, I don't know if you can consider Jets over the Dolphins an upset. Chiefs over Steelers, I don't think you can consider that an upset. I don't know if I picked any actual upsets this week, which does make me kind of sad because I like picking upsets, but that's just how I see this week playing out. If you guys have any ideas, or if you guys have your team and I picked them to lose, you know, first off, let me know who it is, and second off, let me know if you think they are gonna win. Let me know who you think. Most of all, let me know who you think has to show up for your team for you to have a chance at winning, no matter who your team is. For me, I'll show you an example. New England Patriots facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Someone we're really going to need showing up to stand a chance at winning is going to be Adrian Claiborne putting pressure on Blake Bortles. Well, I should say mostly defensive line. Adrian Claiborne, Dietrich Wise, and them. They have to put pressure on Bortles if the Patriots going to want to win. That's just an example. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.